yourself to a crisp fine wine is the perfect way to relax after a hot summer day. Our cheese expert, though, Michael Landis, has some ideas for which cheese can go perfectly with that wine.
It's the summertime. It's time for light wines. And I have some great cheeses that go perfectly with some summertime wine. The first wine that I have is a nice little Pinot Grigio. Really simple, easy to drink, very fruity with a little bit of citrus to it. And it pairs perfectly with a goat cheese, a fresh goat cheese. And I have this really nice Cypress Grove Chevre. One of the originals out there from California. A wonderful buttery flavor with a little bit of tanginess to it. You gotta love it. You want to get jiggy with it? Well, she's got some additional flavors to it. A little lavender on that, or a little pepper. And so they make it a little bit more intense, but it goes really well with the wine. If you wanted something a little drier or a little bit sweeter, you could go with a Sauvignon Blanc as well, but I really love this. Now you can pair this with some honey. And I really love the Savannah bee honey. Really does a great job of bringing out the butter in the cheese, and it works really well with the wine as well. But also, I found a little bit of whipped honey with lemon. Oh my gosh, this is so good, especially with the cheese and the wine. So then, I'll move over to something that's got a little bit more intensity of flavors, and that's an Asiago. And Asiagos are typically buttery with a little bit of tang to them, but great snacking cheeses. And this is BelGioioso. And BelGioioso does a Fresco, which is really young, kind of like a Monterey Jack with some kick to it. And I mean that by tanginess. So it's got some real richness. And Asiagos go really well with rosemary. So I have a rosemary cracker that goes well with that. Rosemary and olive oil and a little sea salt. And I paired that up with the Prosecco. Because you want something a little sparkling. This has got a lot of butter to the cheese. So you want something that'll help kind of cut through that, but also not disturb it. And Proseccos are absolutely wonderful. And you kind of think about that Italian connection of an Italian Asiago. Even though that this is made in Wisconsin, they do a fabulous job. Really simple and easy. But my favorite is always going to come back to blues. And blues are very different. You can get a blue that's very mild and buttery. You can get one that's tangy. You can get one that's robust. It's a natural rind cheese, so it has that really intense flavor. And you can cut that down, and I have some booze time cherries. This is a cherry soaked in a little bit of brandy, and you add that to the blue cheese, and it really brings it out, and then add a little bit of this sweet Moscato, and oh my, do you have a dessert that is just over the moon. So you can go with a goat cheese, you can go with an Asiago, or you can go with blue, and these white wines work really well. They're very light, easy to drink, and very affordable.
Michael always loves to get jiggy with his cheeses. You can get more of his tips by going to ndlandis.com.